not letting yourself have as much as you might. It looks like a few things. Life is really saying, look at me, I was just banging on that anvil all day. And, I had a chance opening to God and just saying, answer, okay, if you're there, I've learned the sort of painful stuff, but how about the kind stuff? And, and so it looks to me that that's what you're giving yourself in that life. That information. That's really sweet. Okay, so let's look at the second past life. This is 2/3 of the way down the stem, so much further back in time. It's in India. Okay, so another male body here, an elderly man, blind, and you're sitting and begging. You were very happy, but what I'm seeing really that's just so amazing is that you didn't have physical sight, but the spiritual sight is in the same place, just right in between the eyes. That's how we see clairvoyantly. And I'm seeing that you were an amazing clairvoyant. You didn't, and people. You didn't sort of work at it. It's just that you liked to let people know what was going on, that you could see and that they could see too. And sometimes it was kind of a lesson, and sometimes physical eyes can get in the way of us knowing our spiritual abilities, and not in that lifetime for sure. It was just wide open. And so what I'm seeing too is that the part in your clairvoyance, it was like a crystal, and you saw things through like one of your fun games was to sort of look through this crystal that was in your sixth chakra between the bell, and break things up into their different colors, or it's seeing the everythingness in the smallest thing, and and to me it looks like that's why you brought that up. It's like that joy, because you love clairvoyance, I know that. But it's like what I'm hearing is like that life is saying, remember to have fun. It's such a fun ability to have. Use it more and more. And if you feel like you're rusty sometimes, do it if you do. Just remember to play. It's like in that life you just felt it was such a gift for the joy that it brought you, and then therefore you would bring that same joy to the people who are, that you were getting money from, or just sort of visiting you. And it wasn't that you were telling the future or anything like that. You were just telling people, wow, this is spectacularly vivid green, and, just the different colors and different symbols and all sorts of things. And it was just like, it was such a party for you. And so you have that ability in this life, and you do use it, but it's like encouragement to really have as much fun as you possibly can with your clairvoyance. Wow. Oh,
great.
I think we've got time for maybe one question from you. If you want to, we'll do it as much as we can.
Sure, great. I just want to validate the blacksmith life. I just turned 50, so I have a lot of those questions coming up about, do I have time in my life, and will I get things, like will I manifest things in my life that I want to in whatever time I have left? So that was really interesting. And also, just lately in the last 2 weeks, I've been saying to myself, I really need to focus on having more joy, which aligns with the second past life you were looking at. So it's really it's really interesting to have that different, like the spiritual perspective on where those two things are coming from in my current life. My primary question is that over the last couple of months, I've had these moments where I've almost sort of stepped out of myself, and I'm looking at how my attitudes and how I'm behaving, my actions and everything, and noticing that it's almost as if I'm self-sabotaging. When I step outside and I look at myself, I see how bright I am and how much power I have and my capability in manifesting whatever it is I want. But there seems to be a block between that side of me and the side that is walking around in my everyday movements. And I was wondering if you could look at what is it that's causing me to basically turn down my joy, my enthusiasm, my power, my light, my ability to manifest. Why am I making myself small, essentially?
Okay. Well, the first thing I've got to say that when you were talking, what came up was that just have a little patience with yourself. You're doing it. You're already doing it. But you're like, it's like if you had, like a really bad flu or something, and you're well over it, but you're still at that stage of you need the chicken noodle soup, and you're just barely doing stuff. You know exactly what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and all of that. It's nothing. It's just giving yourself a little more time to adjust and repair. There's a lot of repair work going on physically and spiritually within you.
Okay.
And so there's no block. I'm just saying, well, the block would be, I'll say enthusiasm for the change. Because there's a little bit of, wishing you could do things faster. But spirit, you're well in control of what's going on and pacing. And it looks like that is like just maybe when you feel that way, it's like just taking a minute or two and just asking your higher self, am I on are we good? Am I on the right track? It's the right track, but it's like, what about the timing? And it's what I'm hearing now is that, it's just the timing. And it's not a long time. It's not like there's another big sort of hurdle or anything. It's like, you're there because you know you are, because you can feel it at sometimes, and you experience it, and you go, and you get that wonderful feeling of like, oh yeah, there I am. This is great. You're still clearing. You know how I said the rose was still clearing, and it was like you had a broom moving out the other energy. Yeah. So once that gets out, I mean, if anything, that's not your energy block; it's somebody else's energy block. But you're in this. You've already made the decision to let it all go, all that energy, and you're just great. I guess that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very, very, very much for being here today. It's wonderful. I'd like to thank everyone for listening in and for being part of the spiritual adventure. I invite you to listen and like the show and share it with whomever you feel might benefit from these ideas and insights. And remember that you can access all the shows in the Dream Vision 7 radio archives. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me at virginiad@lighthouselightspeed.ca. Tune in next month to the wonderful Deborah Laval. Thank you so much. Peace and love to all. This is Virginia B. signing off for now.
Please join Deborah next time as she delves ever deeper into how living in quantum love can free you from the chains of limited concepts we've been taught all our lives. Deborah's personal experiences, along with her enlightened guests, will chip away at what keeps us separate from the truth of who we are. Living in Quantum Love on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. every Thursday at 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Time by going to dreamvision7radio.com. Visit Deborah Laval, Master Spiritual Coach, at DeborahLaval.com. That's DebrahLaval.com.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.